Okay. It's it's time now, and I think we can start.
All right, sounds great. Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Pascal Uku. I'm the founder of Source Group Services, and this is a great opportunity to be able to get together on a lovely Saturday. It's around it's 10 a.m. here in Vancouver, BC. So I'm going to be introducing the special guest today, and it's a great privilege to be able to do this. So this is not taken for granted at all. We have a very special person who's a TEDx speaker, author, a mentor, a clown, a coach, and as a former professional, Eddie Smith combines the art of speaking with humor, emotions, and entertainment. Sorry about that. Eddie speaks about leadership, authenticity, connecting and inspiring children and parents, teachers, business owners, and educators to pursue their dreams. So it's a great opportunity to have you with us. So kindly welcome our guest today, everyone. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, so let's start off with this, right? I'm in Nigeria for the moment. It's 6 p.m. Yeah. So let's do this. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can follow what I'm doing. All right. That's that. Okay. Okay. So what's on today's program? Well, it's my masterclass. I do this for business owners, for people who just start, etc. Can you guys admit people too, or do I have to do this? Because I see on my screen that somebody wants to come in. Can you guys?
I'll be doing that.
Otherwise, I need to go out of the program each time, and that's really annoying. So let's get started. So what's for today? First, I will introduce myself. What am I? What have I done? And what is my thing that I'm doing? What do I love doing? You know. So after that, yeah, I really need to. You guys need to really shut this down, because I can't do the presentation when I have to let people in the room the whole time. Okay. Then we will talk about the 5 steps that you need to go to do what you love, right? And after that, we will have a Q&A. And just to fill you into that, in the Q&A, mostly is where the magic happens, where the questions are being asked, and where you can get the most golden nuggets, right? And everything will be around 1 hour, and then we will wrap up. So here we go. How will you get the most out of this masterclass? Well, leave your camera on so that I can see you. I can see your reactions. And it's more like a real interaction, right? Because as a speaker now, when I'm talking to a black hole, that's not so interesting. When I see the people, I can see you. Don't mind what you are wearing, what your background is. We don't care about that. We are here to learn things, and nobody cares if your hair if you've gone to the barber or not. So don't worry about that, where you are. Everybody is welcome to follow this wherever he is. I once had a person who was in his bathtub. You couldn't see anything, but he was in his bathtub. So just for saying, try to stay until the end. Like I told you, mostly in the end, the golden nuggets are there. Be open-minded. I always say, if you don't stand with green, if green is not your color and you see a green jacket, try it on. You never know, right? So be open-minded. Be present. If you have questions, put up your hand or your digital hand. That's the thing. If you go to reactions on the bottom, just click it, you raise your digital hand, And when I see you raising your digital hand, I won't forget to let you ask your question. Maybe you have to wait a little while, but I won't forget that. Okay, so put in the chat for me, what are you want to take away from this? So just put it in the chat. What are you want? What's the thing that you want to take away today? Put it in the chat right now. What are you want? What would you love to learn, or what would be nice if you take away today? Put this in the chat for me, please. The chat you can see on the bottom. There's chat, and you just can type your message. So nobody wants to take away anything. So what is it that you want to learn today? What is it? Why are you here today? Right? These things. Put that in the chat for me. There's someone who is not muted. Please mute yourself. Yeah, a good public speaking skills. Okay, that's something you definitely can take away. Though it's not about that, but you can always learn something. Something else? Okay, comprehensive startup marketing. Okay. It's not specific about that, but everything you want to do to start up a business, you will have that here. If doing what you want is starting a business, that also you can use these steps to do that. Learn something new, how to archive one's gold. Yeah. I assume that is searching your passion, finding your passion. Okay. We'll certainly go into that. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So let me tell you a little bit about myself to start. So I'm Eddie Smits, originally from Belgium, now living in Nigeria. And when I was 21, I had just finished my studies as a teacher, actually, and I was doing a job, and I didn't get a job as a teacher because there were no jobs at that period. So it was hard to get a job as a teacher. So I worked in a warehouse, and I hated it. I really hated it. And so at that point, I told my parents what no parents wants to hear, actually. I told them I want to be a clown, right? And it seems funny, and it is funny, but at that point, I was really in the wrong environment. I was in a worker's family. Nobody did that. It was late. Don't forget, it was late 80s. So it was unheard of. I mean, the question like, how can you make money with it? How are you going to make a living with that? I mean, are you crazy? These were all these things that were thrown at me. And that's also the things that are thrown at you if you start an own business, if you start for yourself. These kind of things are thrown at you. I had no skills at all. I didn't know anything about clowning, right? Same thing, if you want to start up a business, there are so many skills you don't know and that you need to start a business. I had no certifications. Again, if you start a business, mostly you don't have anything. In that time, there was no internet. I even didn't have internet. It was non-existent. It was late 80s, begin 90s. The internet was just starting, and there was nothing on the internet. You could send an email and then that was it. And I had no plan. I had no plan at all. But I knew I wanted to be a clown. That was the only thing I knew. And the thing I hear most about startups is this: we have no money, we can't start up anything, we have so many ideas, but we have no money. Well, I didn't have money. I really didn't have money. I just came out of school. I worked a few months, and that was the money I had. But that wasn't much. So that was it. And everybody told me it was impossible, right? Everybody told me that's impossible. What you are going to do? Again, that's the thing you hear if you want to start a new business. It's impossible. It's too hard. It doesn't work. There are no clients for you, etc. All these things. But it always seems impossible until it's done, right? Good friend of mine told me that. No, that's just kidding. But it is like that, you know. Everybody tells you it's not possible. It can't be done. But again, it is possible and it can be done, right? And that's what I'll show you now. So let me first close this window here. Okay, and you can see the screen properly. So I started my journey, right? I started my journey, and guess what? This is all I did. You know, I did theater productions. I made a short movie. I did educational products. I published a book. I did countless workshops. I trained clowns. I did keynotes. I had a world-class balloon act, and I built a 5-figure business. And when I'm talking about 5 figures, it's 5 figures in euros, right? I don't know which coin you have, but that's euros. So that's all. That's what I did. Something to be proud of, right? Now, in these years of clowning, I was also a hospital clown, and these years were very important for me. I don't know if you are familiar with the hospital clowning thing. It's actually simple. You have clowns who visit children, who visit sick children in hospitals. And the last years that I did that, I visited children that were terminally ill, right? And most of the children that I visited, they were really literally, they were about to die, right? They had like few months, few weeks, even a few days to live. And that was a really, for me, that was the period that I learned the most until now, actually. That was the period where I learned a lot of things. What did I learn? Well, that's me as a hospital clown. I learned insight in life and in people, something that I needed afterwards so much in my career and what I'm doing. I learned to listen. And that's also when you want to start a business, listen more than you talk, right? You don't learn anything if you talk. You only learn things if you listen. I learned gratitude. Each thing you accomplish in your business, in your life, be grateful for it. Celebrate it. If tomorrow somebody puts $5 in your account, be grateful for it. Celebrate it. I learned about authenticity. And I know it's a fashion word, although in management terms, it's a fashion word. But it's a fashion word that will get you ahead on all the other people that start a business or are doing something, because authenticity is what makes the difference in your business. It's what makes it unique. Is your unique point of selling, is your UPS. I learned that I didn't need to judge, right? Sometimes we judge people, and it's no use to judge people. And I learned a lot about leadership. Now, let me explain the leadership to you, because it seems a little bit strange that as a hospital clown, you would learn things about leadership. Now, you know, as a clown, you've got no authority at all. You've got none. Just to give you an example, there was once a cleaning lady who told me, "Oh, don't go into that room," you know. And I thought, you know, when my mother, when I was little, and she cleaned the room, you had to stay out because the floor was wet, right? So that's what I thought. But she just that was her decision. She said, no, this child doesn't need a visit of a clown, not necessary. So that's just to point out to you how little authority I had. And I needed to work with all kinds of people. I needed to work with the nurses, with the doctors, with the hospital staff. And to get into a room of a dying child is one of the hardest, as a clown, is one of the hardest things you can do. Because no parent wants to see a clown when their child is dying. Because they don't know what effect it will have, and they are scared and all these things. But you know, as a clown, you know that you can make a real difference to these people. And that's what until the day I stopped, let me think, it was 2008 when I stopped. And now still people come up to me and thank me for what I did back then, because that was the last time they saw their child laugh before it died. So if I didn't show leadership and through everything that I had to get into their room, I never could have visited these children. So I learned a lot about leadership in my clowning, which sounds strange, but that's what it is. Now, oh, this is what I just did. Let me go through this again. Okay. Now, I needed passion, and you guys need passion, because passion, that's all where it starts, you know. And by following this passion, I touched so many people's life. But the most important thing that I learned was mindset. It's all mindset. It has nothing to do with skills, with money, with what kind of business, whatever. It's all mindset. So, what do you guys think that the two most important mindset principles are that you need? So it's up to you now. What do you think you need most, mindset-wise then, to start a business? So share it for me in the chat. So what are the two most important things you think, mindset-wise, that you need to start a business? So for the newcomers, you can join in immediately and throw in the chat what you think that are the two most important things, mindset-wise, you need to start a business. Let me see what you guys got. Persistence and positivity of faith to believe you can do it. Yep, absolutely. What else? I think you need to be resilient and also wisdom. Yep. What else? Wisdom can be a small thing. You can just know a lot of things about a small thing. Could be enough. Resilience, absolutely. Come on, guys. What else? What do you think that the biggest asset of mindset you can have that is necessary to start your business or to start a business? Willingness to ask for help. Yes, absolutely. As you do not know everything. Very good. Yeah. It's very important that you are not too proud to ask for help, that you ask for help, because we can't do it alone. Very good one. Something else? Okay. Let me tell you two most. Yes, positive mental attitude, absolutely. Creativity is always good. Absolutely. Okay, so let me show you what the two most important things are. So, number one is you have to build up an unshakable belief in yourself. What does that mean? Other people won't believe in you before you believe in yourself. If you want to sell something, if you want to do something business-wise, you want to start a business, you want to do things with people, you have to be convinced of yourself first, because other people won't before you are. So that's number one. And then maybe the most important one, you have to be willing to fail. If you are afraid of failing, forget it about starting a business, because you are going to fail in a lot of things, right? But as long as you learn from your mistakes, and as long as you don't give up, it's impossible to fail. I will say even more, you need to fail. You need to fail to learn, you need to fail to grow. There's no other way. You can ask this any entrepreneur and they will all tell you, oh, I learned so much from my mistakes. But in order to make your mistakes, you gotta be in action, you gotta do things, you gotta go for it. That's what you need to do, right? So what are these 5 steps that will lead you to doing what you love? Let me let this person quickly into the room. Now, like I already said, right? It all starts with passion. And I will tell you later a story about it, what happened recently even with me. Even me that I know that it all starts with passion. Even me, I made a mistake starting something and there was not enough passion. Why do you need passion? Well, there are a lot of things. The most important thing why you need passion, because otherwise 9 out of 10 you will give up. Starting a business is hard. It is simple, but it is not easy. And passion will pull you through every time. But before it will, you need to be crystal clear about that passion. Crystal clear. And passion hides sometimes. The first thing you gotta do is you have to discover your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to have your own business? Why do you want to start up? Why? What's your biggest why? Is it to provide for your family? Is it to make the world a better place? Whatever that is, you got to figure that out. Why am I doing this? Secondly, you got to know yourself. When I have clients in my coaches business, I have an HR tool, which is called Management Drives. And the first thing I do before I start with clients is do this test so that they know exactly who they are, what they are, and how they react. And most of the times they don't know it. They know certain parts, but it opens up a whole insight for them. So you gotta know yourself first. Don't let money lead you. It's a tricky one. We'll come back to that later. It's a tricky one, but don't let it lead you. It is not job related, right? If you got a passion to help people, then that could be a lot of jobs. That could be being a nurse. That could be setting up a business where you bring in things in the country to help people. I don't know what else, but it is never job related, never. Now, I told you I was going to tell you a story about this passion and how important it is. Do it. I started coaching in 2000. It was a little bit before the 2018, but I got into it serious a little bit before the pandemic, 2019, I think, beginning. And for me, this was great because I love coaching, right? I love helping people. I love coaching. And it was also great because when the pandemic hit, I could just do it online. I could just do my thing online, and actually not much changed. And in that period, I was a lot in Africa and Belgium. I combined these things. So for me, that was really the ideal job. I could coach online. I didn't need an office. I didn't need investments, right? The only thing I needed was a laptop, actually. That's the only thing I needed. So that was great. It was great. And then when the pandemic was over, or even during the pandemic already, I really missed being on stage. I hadn't been on stage since 2015 when I stopped being a professional clown, and it was like more than 5 years, and I really missed being on the stage. So I had to figure a way out to be back on stage, right? And a way to do that was, why don't I do a TEDx talk? I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's a concept, a format that started in 1985, and that is worldwide. In every country, you have TEDx events that are led by organizers there. But it's a strict concept, and it's really hard to get in. They have so much criteria that you need to have. So I applied for a lot of them. I applied for, I think, more than 25 TEDx. And finally, I got in. Finally, I got in TEDx Germany, which was convenient because I'm from Belgium. Germany is a neighbor country, so that wasn't so bad. And then I realized how much I missed this stage. You know, I was missing it for 5 years. And then the next thing I realized was, oh my God, I am not living my passion anymore. Don't get me wrong. I love coaching. I love doing it. I love having people. I have extraordinary results with coaching people. Lately, I had a client who started as an employee in an NGO. And a year later, she is the director of an NGO, right? Another one. Just to say, that's the kind of results I have with people. So even when my results were really, really good, I missed the stage. And that was because it's my passion. My passion is being on stage. My passion is entertaining people, is working with people, especially children, right? But being on stage is number one, or is something I'm passionate about. And that's when it hit me, right? I'm in business so long. I'm being an independent. I started my business in 1993. And since then, I never worked for somebody, right? So that's, what's that, 30 years? And still, I made the mistake. I'm going to tell you again, because it's important. I made the mistake of not following my passion. I'm going to say it again. I made the mistake of not following my passion. And I can guarantee you, if you are not following your passion, you won't succeed, or you will have a little success, but it will crumble down at some point. So that's why it's so important. And you have to be crystal clear about it. So the first thing you got to do when you start a business is find out what your passion is and work with that. That's how you should start. Let me share my screen again. So that's what the TEDx talk did to me. Now, if you are crystal clear about your passion, that will lead you to confidence. You know, I never did a TEDx talk. I didn't even know how to begin, right? But by following my passion, I had the confidence I could do it. I had the confidence I would find some place that I got in, because it's not so easy. But that confidence came through my passion. So I got people coming to me as a coach, said, can you do something on my confidence? And I always say, no, but you can, right? So the second step leads automatically to confidence, if you're clear about your passion. Now, what is that confidence? First is the confidence is realize the value of your work. A lot of clients that I coach have a business and are very skilled, but they don't realize their value and they charge not enough. And because they charge not enough, they can't follow through on their passion and they have to give up because the money is not coming in, or it is coming in, but not enough. That's because they charge not enough, because they don't realize their own value. Sorry. You got to think long-term, people. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know, the moment when you read online, get 5 figures in the next 30 days, just click on, you know. That's, yeah, maybe some people can realize that. There are always people that have lucky or that try gold in a short time, but there are exceptions. If you want to start a business and you want to grow and you want to, at the end, have a great business, it will take you time. It's simple as that. And again, you know, failure is success in progress. Don't be afraid to fail. Learn new skills, people. There's no way you know the right skills for the things you need to do. When I said to my parents, I want to be a clown, I didn't know anything about clowning. I had to learn everything, from doing my makeup to making balloons, to being on stage, to know how I spoke, to know the things what make people laugh. All these things I needed to learn. So you need to learn skills. And if you have that confidence, then we go to step 3, not before that. But this confidence, this will make you do what you love. Now, why is it so important that you do what you love? Now, first of all, you can look at both ways. You know, some people say you really need to work hard to start a business and to make it in business, and you really need to work hard, work 24/7, work, and then you'll get there. Now, if you consider it work, you will burn out, and very fast. Now, if you don't consider it work, you can do the 24/7, but only if you don't consider it work. So again, I'm going back to this passion. If you are passionate enough, then you won't consider it as doing work, right? And that's important. Then you are doing what you love, and you won't consider it as work. An important one also is optimize your environment. And there are 3 things. You have your physical environment, your mental environment, and your people environment. Let me give you a little bit more about that. Now, your physical environment, that's easy to explain. What is your physical environment? It's the environment you're in at. So let me explain it in a simple way. Let's say you want to lose some pounds, lose some weight, right? Now, changing your physical environment could be that you start by getting these sweets and this candy that's in the middle of your table, getting that out of your room and don't buy candy anymore, right? That's creating another physical environment. It could be that if you are a writer, I'm just saying something, that you need a place to write, that you have a room where you have quiet, peace and quiet, where you come to rest, where you can write, right? You gotta, if you're writing somewhere where you can't focus, it doesn't work. So that's the physical environment that you need to optimize, to start and to build your business. The second is your mental environment, right? You need to be clear on things, and you need to have a positive attitude. This mental environment of yours, and that's the mindset I was talking about earlier, has to be this unshakable belief, and has to be one of, let's make mistakes, and it doesn't matter if we make mistakes, we learn, we go on, and this is mindset. Your mind has to be in the right place. The environment, right? Another thing is mingle up with people who have the same passion as you and are dedicated to their work. Maybe they are in the same business. Maybe you can cooperate. Maybe they are in a total other business, but they inspire you. That's also changing your mental environment. If your wife says, I don't know this business of you, that's now this is the 5th thing that you begin and you never pull through, and ba-da-dee-ba-da-da. I hate to say it, but it won't work. You have to change environment. And in that case, yeah, well, you know what that can mean. Then you have, sorry for saying, but then you have the wrong life. You need the environment to grow. You need the environment to succeed. And the third one is people, right? I was already telling you a little bit about that, about life, about other people. But it's like that, you know, people that you work with can break you, can make you success. So leave the people who say you can't do it, leave the people who are nagging the whole time, leave the negative people, leave the naysayers, and go to the ones that are positive about what you are doing. It's as simple as that. So that's about changing your environment. Okay, let's go to the next one. Learn how to say no. Sometimes it's more important to say no than yes. Right? Learn to say no to like people who will waste your time. If you think this is going to lead nowhere, just say no. I have a lot of people who want to meet me in appointments and they want me to come to them. And I always say no. I say, let's do a Zoom talk, because here in Nigeria, when I have to go somewhere, I lose sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours just being in traffic. So my first appointments are always in Zoom. I always say no to the first physical appointment. It's something you got to learn. I hate doing it because I love physical appointments. I love to have a cup of coffee with people. But if I have 10 of these appointments a week, which sometimes happens, and that's 3 to 4 hours, then my week is gone. And I just have 10 conversations. So you need to learn how to say no. Again, something I told you before, you can't wear all the hats. At some points you need help, right? Some things you are not good at, delegate it. In the beginning, maybe you should wear a few hats that you learn things, but at some point, you got to go for your passion. You got to narrow down, you got to focus down, and everything else, yeah, other people can do it for you. Something that is really hard sometimes, and not all people get to that point, is at some point you got to break loose from your heroes. It's like a painter, you know, when painters start, they copy great painters and they learn, they trade like that. But at some point, you need to create your own style. You need to be unique. And I told it all already before, you need to be authentic. That's what's going to make the difference between you and your competition, is your authenticity, is being authentic. Especially in this day and age where you do business with the whole world. Your uniqueness, your authenticity gets you more money than anything else. But for doing that, you have to break loose from your heroes. You have to stop copying people. You have to do your own thing, which is not always easy. And to do that, you need to upgrade your skills, right? It's not good enough to be a car salesman. It's not good enough anymore. You need to be the car salesman who sells the best second-hand Mercedeses. Or you need to be the car salesman who is specialized in Toyota, or is specialized even in Toyota trucks, or et cetera, et cetera. That means you need to upgrade your skills. You need to be something that somebody else is not. You need to be the best in what you do. And you get there if you give it time and if you work for it. Step 4. If you start doing what you love, if you say no, if you take care of your environment, if you have this unshakable belief, if you're not afraid to fail, and you start effectively doing what you love, that will energize you. And energize is what you need. We talked about that before too. Yeah, it is hard work. Sometimes you need to be working for 24/7 for a period. Of course, not all the time. Nobody does that. Nobody can do that. But it will energize you. And then you don't have this Monday feeling. The moment you have the Monday feeling and you say, oh, it's Monday, I need to go to work again, please change jobs. Please stop what you are doing. It's no point. There's no point. Maybe just go work for somebody then, and go from Monday to Friday, go to weekend, go have a beer in the weekend, and Monday the shit starts all over again. Same shit other day, same shit other week, same shit other year. But if you are energized, by doing what you love, you don't have that. And that's when you can start to master your mind and emotions. You will stop reacting and you start controlling. You know, nobody can control what's happening to them, but everybody can control how your reaction is. That's what you start doing. Don't forget that there's two things. You have the body and the mind. They have to work together. Take care of your body, not only your mind. Get enough sleep. Do your exercises. Meditate. Now, let's talk about meditation. A lot of these people who are in business and say, oh, meditation saves me. Meditation is my thing. And that's good. But what is meditation? Meditation is nothing more than being in the now. It's nothing more than being totally aware of who you are, what you are, where you are in that moment. That's all it is. For me, meditation is, I take a nap once in a while. That's meditation. It helps me focusing again. And from there on I go. For me, this meditation sometimes is just watching a movie, because then I'll stop my thinking, because I'm constantly thinking of everything. If I watch a movie, my thinking is gone, and I ease my mind and you relax. So meditation can be a lot of things. And don't forget your body. But I said that, right? Get a membership at the gym, go for a walk regularly, swim, all these things. It has to be together. And then we are at number 5. Finally, there he is. This energy will lead to money. That's the point you guys wanted to be, right? Now, before you are there, you need to clear your money blocks, and everybody has them. An example is, I must work hard for my money. And I've touched that subject already. Yeah, you must work hard. But this work has to be fun. You have to love this work, right? So then it isn't hard work anymore. And then you don't need to work hard for your money anymore. You are playing. You need to clear out your limiting beliefs. What is limiting beliefs? Well, an example is money doesn't make you happy. As a child, there was a thing in our bathroom. There was, money doesn't make you happy. And every time I saw that when I went to the bathroom, money doesn't make you happy. Money doesn't make you happy. Money doesn't make you happy. Money, every day. So what do you think that the day I began to make money, how I felt? How do you think I felt? Yeah, I didn't feel great. Why? Because in my head was, oh, when I have money, I must be unhappy. I can't be happy. And this is just one of these limiting beliefs around money. You have to clear them all out. Now, you get energy from following the process and not focusing on the problem. If you focus on the problem, half of the time you won't see the solution, right? It's the process that is important. Where I start, what I do, and you will get there. Be in the process the whole time. Simplicity is key. Keep it simple, people. It is not, you know, starting a new business is now rocket science, unless you're doing rocket science. It's simple. Keep it simple. Einstein said, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it. And he was right. It has to be simple to be able to get there, to succeed. So that's the way it goes. You start with your passion. That will lead to confidence. That confidence, then you will start to do what you love. That will give you a lot of energy, and that will take you to money. Not the other way around. And that's where most people go wrong. They think, oh, I can make money with that. Let's do that. Sure. Sometimes it works. But then the thing, what they do is their passion, and it goes automatically. But as soon as it's not your passion and you go for the money, you get it. You won't get there. You can ask everyone. You can ask Elon Musk. You can ask Steve Jobs. You can ask all these people. They are so passionate, and money actually doesn't interest them much. Sounds strange, but it is like that. So with this new mindset, you get a new result. Because if you want to solve your problems with the same thinking you already did, you're not going to solve anything, right? Now, let's stop this sharing again. It's 45. Okay. I have a little treat for you guys. You're nuts. If you don't want to do it, you don't do it. But this will take you 2 minutes. I will drop a link in the chat. If you click on this link, I will do it now. If you click on this link, you will see a survey. It will take you literally 2 minutes. And the survey goes through all the 5 steps that I just explained to you. Goes to energy, it goes to passion, confidence, energy, money, all these things, and takes you 2 minutes. And then you get a score, what % you have in doing what you love, in taking these actions or whatever you do. And it gives you a really clear image in how far you are. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that, and then we'll go back 2 minutes from now. You don't need to do it, but it's really educational and it's free. Go, 2 minutes. All right, normally this should be enough for you to fill in the questionnaire or the score app, like it's called. Now, if somebody filled in for the ones who filled it in, and it is really for free. It's really a valuable tool. You'll find out where you need work in these 5 steps. And what I also will do is for the ones who wants feedback, my personal feedback on this, you can book a call with me. I'll put that link also in the chat. You can book a call and we'll go over to your results and we'll see where you can immediately change and where you can immediately work on, right? So that's also, there are no strings attached to that. That's just a feedback call on the Score app. So that's why what I'm offering you after this this webinar or the next days. All right, so let's go into the Q&A. If somebody has a question, or you pop it in the chat, or you raise your digital hand, and let's do this. I'm curious which questions you guys have. me see the view here. Can't see everybody. Okay, now I do. Okay, so just put up your hand or raise your digital hand. There is a reaction. You see the reaction, the little guy who smiles. You just click on it, and then you can raise your digital hand. Any questions about anything? I'm open to answer this. You're welcome, Doris, for the gifts. Okay, I have one here. How do you manage your energies for a day? Okay, that's a good one. Well, see, that's from Eugene, yeah. See, Eugene and all the others, it all goes back, and I really can't express it enough. It all goes back to your passion, right? Make sure you are doing your passion. Be crystal clear about that. It will give you a lot of energy. It will give you that, right? You will have infinite energy. And I recently discovered it again. I told you the story of the TEDx talk. I worked for 6 weeks on this TEDx talks, and there was no moment I felt tired. I felt wasted out. I was so motivated and so passionate to create this speech that it was pure fun, although I worked really hard. That's one. The other thing is take care of yourself, right? Get enough sleep, eat healthy, and exercise. And with exercise, guys, you don't need to go to the gym every day. It's not necessary. Just take a walk every day, half an hour, maybe an hour, but start with 15 minutes every day, go to half an hour. It's not only physically good for you, but you think and you set your mind on something. So if you combine these things, start with passion, always take care of yourself, you will have the energy enough to go through your day. And if you feel like you have to rest a little bit, or if you feel like you're feeling a little bit worn out, don't be afraid to just lay down for a while and take a nap. I do that. I get up at 6 in the morning every morning. 4 days in the week I'll go to the gym at 6. But that means sometimes at 2 o'clock, just before my son comes home, I lay down for half an hour, sometimes an hour, doesn't matter. But after that, I'm back up and I'm back again. So don't force yourself. Listen to your body, but again, the most important thing, follow your passion. It all starts there, guys. Everything starts with your passion. Okay, somebody else has a question? Was I so clear? All right. Okay, guys, if there are no questions, no problem. If you want to follow me, if there are questions I have one. Eugene? Yeah, Eugene? Unmute yourself and then you can ask your questions. Unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. In this age and era of digital distractions, how do you manage that? Lots of notifications on the phone, that gets your attention and takes away your time. How do you manage it efficiently?
Super good question. Super good question, Eugene. I have my calendar and I work with blocks. 6 to 7 is gym. 7 to 8, I come at home, my breakfast. 8, I start working on my new book from 8 to 9. From 9 to 10, I'll do my social media. From 10 to 11, I will work on my speech, the new speech I'm working. And that is how I work until noon. It's all mapped out. My phone goes on at 12 o'clock noon. Before noon, I don't pick a call. They go to the voicemail or they can They can make an appointment or whatever. So I don't pick calls before noon. And then I do my calls, of course. When I do my calls, yeah, then nobody else can call. But that's how I get work done, and that's how you should get work done. Block things in your calendar, and I really mean block everything. Block the birthday of your wife. Block the birthday of your children. Block all these things, and planning is a great is one of the keys also to success. Absolutely, and I always say the most important button on your phone is the on-off button, right? Don't be afraid to put it off. If you know, and I have the same problem, Eugene. If I leave it on, I'm constantly looking at it and on Facebook and LinkedIn, what is it? But I put it off. I don't look on it. So that's my way of dealing with all the social media and what everything is going on. Before noon, I don't watch it. I hope this helps. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Last thing I'll do, I'll drop my my LinkedIn. How you call that address? No, LinkedIn profile. Oh, I don't know how you call it. In the chat, if you want to connect, you can also just look up my name, of course, Eddie Smits, and you'll find me. Feel free to connect. That's also one of the things I do. I connect with everybody. I think you can't connect with people enough to help each other and to see what's going on. For me, LinkedIn is about helping people and seeing what you can do. And that's also what I learned. The more you want to help people, the more business you get out of it. So if you want to link with LinkedIn, my LinkedIn is in the chat. Okay, guys. That was it. So if you have anything to do, just contact me. Don't be afraid. There are still people coming in. I think they missed the hour, but okay. Mr. Kia Startup, thank you for the invitation. Isaac. All you guys, thank you for coming to this. I hope you get things out of it. And I wish you good luck and good health in everything what you do.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. It was awesome, and I think
Thank you.
Of course everybody is happy about your presentation, and we are going to put it into action so that we can have a valid and we'll make sure that we give you feedback on it. Most of the people will try to connect to you and have interaction with you. It's nice having you.
It was totally my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day or the rest of the weekend, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.